The president's executive amnesty fiat facing a real battle after a U.S. District Court judge blocked the fiat. My next guest represents one of the 26 states involved in the lawsuit. Joining us now is the Attorney General of Arizona, Mark Brnovich. Attorney General, good to have you with us. This is, I think a lot of people were surprised, certainly you were not, and other attorneys general. But for this decision to block the fiat, that part of which illegal immigrants were to have begun today in the implementation of the president's fiat as they applied for all that would be conferred by the president. What happens next? The president says they will appeal. Will they, in your judgment?
Of course, I think this is something that the president feels very strongly about. I can only speak for myself, but I was very confident. I believe very strongly in the rule of law, like many Americans do. I believe in the Constitution. The president is not a king. He's not an emperor. He can't unilaterally create law. Don't take my word for it and the other attorneys general's word. That's President Obama's language that he used. He himself knew that he did not have this power to do this.
Yeah, 22 times he said before he obviously changed his mind that he didn't have the power or the right under the Constitution to do it. What is next in terms of the appeal? It goes to the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. What will be, do you think, determinant in their decision?
Well, one of the big issues, the two arguments, Lou, as you know, involved one, did the states have standing to sue? States like Arizona are in the front lines in the war against illegal immigration. And one of the things that we and the other states had to show is that there is actual harm, that we are harmed as states and that we had standing. And the next issue that the judge ruled on was whether the president, by acting unilaterally, by having Homeland Security essentially change the law, whether they violated the Administrative Procedures Act. So ultimately, the judge in this case didn't even reach the constitutional questions. So because he felt so strongly that the administration had already failed to live up to the obligations under the Administrative Procedures Act.
And will the judges, the appellate judges, be looking to the constitutional issue or simply the facts as they pertain to the administrative procedures, which were violated, even those were violated by the president and his administration?
Lou, you've hit this nail on the head, and I know you've been, passionately talking about this issue, and it is an important issue for states like Arizona. And ultimately, this should be an issue for all Americans, because ultimately, it doesn't even matter what you think about immigration, whether you think we need new policies or reforms. The question fundamentally is, can the president of the United States, acting unilaterally, not only exercise what he calls prosecutorial discretion, but then affirmatively grant rights and essentially change and gut congressional law to serve his own personal and political needs. So what we have here is a very, very serious constitutional question, a very serious question about whether the president can unilaterally change the law. And me and us, Arizona, along with 25 other states, have said, no, we can't have that. We are a nation of laws.
Attorney General Mark Brnovich, good to have you with us. Good luck.
Thank you, Lou. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lou.